This is Tim Bryce with my column entitled Chatty Cathies. We've all run into people who talk incessantly, be it a relative, friend, neighbor, or coworker. You say hello, and that's basically the last word you have in the conversation. I was sitting at a lunch counter recently and overheard two men talking. Actually, it was just one guy dominating the conversation. He talked for over 30 minutes non-stop without taking a breath. From what I understood, it had something to do about his financial portfolio. I could tell by the inflection in his voice that he thought he was being rather brilliant and articulate. But I could also tell by his companion's eyes that he was growing weary of the diatribe. And I think that's part of the problem of these people I call chatty Cathies. They simply have no regard for the other person in the conversation or whoever else might overhear them. It is this insensitivity that annoys us more than anything else. Chatty Cathies feel compelled to entertain us when in reality they are putting everyone else to sleep. I find it interesting that most are unaware of how annoying they are. I don't know why they do it other than they must have some insecurity they are hiding, or perhaps it's an inferiority complex they are trying to overcome. I don't know what it is, but it sure drives people bananas. I've always thought of a conversation as a two-way street involving both give and take. Not so with chatty Cathies of the world who see conversations as unidirectional. Have you ever noticed that people only understand a fraction of what the chatty Cathies are talking about? That's pretty scary when you think about it, especially if the person has something important to say and people simply ignore it. Interestingly, most of the chatty Cathies I have met are actually nice people, if you can get them to shut up for a minute. At some point, you have to inevitably confront the person about the problem, which can be awkward to explain. Not to worry, I have found most are conscious of their problem and take criticism well. When I have to break off a conversation with one of them, I say something like, "Look, I'm sorry, but I have to do something else." They are normally not offended, take it in stride, and go looking for their next target. People tend to avoid chatty Cathies and treat them like lepers, which is disheartening to the person in question who feels like they are being ostracized. What they don't seem to realize is it is their mouth which is their own worst enemy. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.